Good morning. Welcome to Arlington Street Church, gathered in love and service for justice and peace. Welcome to the soul of Sunday. We are Unitarian Universalists. Ours is an historic faith with a progressive theology. We affirm the worth and dignity of every being, and that we are all deeply interconnected. We are bound to one another not by creed, but by covenant, and we are called to love with open minds, open hearts, and open hands. Whoever you are, those of all nations, all creeds, all colors, all kinds of love, you are welcome here. For our chalice lighting, some anonymous words. May we be reminded here of our highest aspirations and be inspired to bring our gifts of love and service to the altar of humanity. May we know once again that we are not isolated beings, but connected in mystery and miracle to the universe, to this community, and to each other.
Good morning. Our introit this morning is from the singer India Ari, the song I Am Light. The things my family did. I am not the voices in my head. I am not the pieces of the brokenness inside. I am light. I am light. I am light. I am light. I am light, I am light. I am light, I am light. I am light, I am light. I'm not the mistakes that I have made, or any of the things that cause me pain. I am not the pieces of the dream I left behind. I am light. I am light. I am light. I am light. I am light, I am light. I am light, I am light. I am light, I am light. I am not the color of my eyes. I am not the skin on the outside. I am not my age. I am not my race. My soul inside is all light. All light. I am light. I am light. I am light, I am light.
Thank you both so much. As we gather here at Arlington Street, we acknowledge we are on the homeland of the Massachusetts. By making this land acknowledgement, we recognize, honor, and affirm the sovereignty of all First Nations people. I'm Reverend Vera O'Brien. For those of you whom I haven't met yet, I was ordained here at Arlington Street in January 2007 while I was the lifespan educator. I currently serve as a chaplain at South Shore Hospital. It's wonderful to be back here this morning. Thank you to today's tech team, Art, Rich, Matt, Frank, and Sandy. We are grateful that you have made today's service possible for all of us. Thank you to our musicians, Reverend Joe and Cheng Cheng, for inspiring us with your amazing skills and talents. For those who are new to Arlington Street, a very special welcome to you. I invite you to take a moment to fill out a connection card. The link is in the chat. Our senior minister, Reverend Kim, is in Lenox, Massachusetts, speaking at Canyon Ranch today. Lucky Kim. But I know she'd love to welcome you with a virtual hello. Whether you've been coming here for years or today is your first time at Arlington Street, welcome home.
Hello, everyone. How about that Christmas Eve service? Art Nava, you outdid yourself. Thanks to everyone who made it so magical. Friends, if you haven't already downloaded today's order of service, it's available in the chat and on the homepage at ascboston.org. All of the hymn lyrics are included in the order of service and will be posted in the chat. It's time now for our greetings. Let's all engage that Arlington Street spirit of welcome that transcends physical distance as we greet one another heart to heart.
We hope you'll continue those greetings as we sing our first hymn. It's Bring, O Past, Your Honor. You might recognize the melody if we've ever sung the hymn Holy, Holy, Holy. It's a good old school hymn, so let's join in singing together. Peace to all.
It is now time for our treasured ritual of sharing community candles of sorrow and joy. These candles were submitted on our website by the Friday evening deadline. If you didn't submit your candle and have a joy or sorrow to share this morning, please wait until the third candle is lit, the silent candle, and then type your joy or sorrow in the chat. In addition to sharing our sorrows and joys this morning, let's reach out to one another in the week ahead, staying connected. May these times remind us of how very precious this beloved community is. We need one another. Whether together or apart, may we stay very close. And now, in the spirit of invocation, let's join in singing Sanctuary. The words are printed in your order of service and in the chat.
Some of us come today with heavy hearts. We open our hearts to you.
A candle of sorrow from Allie Redjay. A candle of sorrow for James Patrick Murphy, a true angel on earth, who passed away last year, 2 days after Christmas Day. A huge loss for anyone who knew him. Everyone loved him for his extraordinary kindness, sweet smile, and generosity. He loved pets, and he was buried with ashes of his 2 dogs and 1 cat. We never forget him, and he will always stay in our hearts and our thoughts. Fly high, Jay. A mixed candle from Eleanor Nettles, asking for prayers for a friend's first grandchild who has been diagnosed in utero with a cleft palate, soon to be born. And our final candle is a mixed one, also from Harriet Hury. Beth Cohen's dear friend, Anjali's father, Vikram, has experienced a silent heart attack. We are requesting a candle of healing for Vikram.
Some of us come today in joy. We share your joy.
Our first candle is a mixed one from Gerard Lambert. The search for a new job that would honor and respect the divinity within me. From Eleanor Nettleton, a mixed candle. To all my relationships, and connections in this life, immense gratitude. And our final candle of joy is from Daniel Brotman. Deepest gratitude to every good soul that poured their heart into bringing Friday night's jaw-dropping Christmas Eve service straight into my living room. Every year, this tradition is sacred to making my year complete. It's woven into the fabric of my soul, It never strays from being an exceptional night. Yet last night was beyond exceptional. It slipped into the sublime. Goosebumps rise from my arms just pondering it now. My apologies to all that took time to write me last night in the Zoom messages. I was unable to reply as I am not quite adept at handling this new iMac that my school helped provide me with the funding for. I'm going through a mild bout of COVID-19, but look forward to seeing many of your friendly faces over this coming week on Zoom. Lastly, I want to remind us all that this time last year we went into a dark tunnel. This time last year, a beloved community, but we emerge a beloved family. Each of us stronger for having gone through this together. Kudos to ASC, a place where we all belong.
For all the sorrows and all the joys we hold in our hearts, we light a silent candle to remember and to rejoice. May the peace of this sanctuary enter into our hearts as we share a quiet moment together, breathing our prayers for ourselves, for one another, for our country, and for the world. Amen.
Let's join now and sing together the affirmation and covenant of this beloved spiritual community. The words are printed in your order of service and in the chat. Love is the spirit of this congregation, and service is our gift. This is our great covenant, to dwell together in peace, to speak our truths in love, and to help one another. El amor es el espíritu de nuestra congregación, y el servicio es nuestro regalo. Esto es a lo que nos comprometemos, convivir en paz, hablar nuestras verdades con amor, guiarnos los unos a los otros.
Next hymn this morning is There Is More Love Somewhere. It's an African-American spiritual, and I love that it expresses this yearning and a hope at the same time, that despite going through whatever struggles or hardship or oppression one is going through, there is a vision for more hope, joy, peace, and love. So in that spirit, let's join in singing together. There is more love.
Buddhist teacher and psychologist Tara Brach tells this true story. During the mid-1950s in Thailand, a huge clay statue of the Buddha began to crack due to the heat and drought. When some monks arrived to investigate, they shined a flashlight into the largest of the cracks. What they saw surprised everyone. Deep under the gray clay was the gleam of gold. No one had known that inside this popular but ordinary-looking statue was a solid gold Buddha. As it turns out, the statue had been covered with plaster and clay 600 years earlier to protect it from invading armies. Although all the monks who lived in the monastery at the time had been killed in the attack, the golden Buddha, its beauty and value covered over, had survived untouched. Just as the monks disguised the beauty of the golden Buddha in order to protect it during dangerous times, we may cover our own innate goodness as we encounter a challenging world. Yes, I did say our own innate goodness, yours and mine, no exceptions. If you are thinking she isn't talking about me, know that I'm especially talking about you. What if this is the new year, this year, that we uncover and share more of our own gold? Our own illuminated inner goodness, the light and love within us that we are born with and which can't be tarnished or damaged. What if, as revolutionary UU educator Sophia Lyons-Vaz said in 1959, Every night a child is born is a holy night. Not just the one night we celebrated recently, but what if each night, each day, the birth of every child is a time for singing, for wondering, a time for worshiping? What if we are all born with unlimited light and love to share with our hurting world? Many of us have covered up our capacity for love with layers of protective coverings in response to unskilled early caregivers who lacked important skills or may even have been abusive. Or we may have added more and more layers in response to critical teachers, relatives, and the toxic messages from our social institutions and culture, and unfortunately, from many religions. There are many ways we build up our protective personas. Here are two to consider. Guilt and shame can add a thick layer of clay to cover up our inner goodness. I like the following definitions. Guilt refers to feeling bad about something we did. Shame is feeling bad about something we are. Guilt says, I made a mistake. Shame says, I am a mistake. In small doses, I think guilt can help us make amends and improve our future behavior, creating deeper bonds. Shame, while a universal emotion, can be isolating and diminish our connections. Psychologist Chris Germer, author of The Mindful Path to Self-Compassion, is working on a new book that I'm sure will be very valuable. He calls shame an innocent emotion. It is an innocent emotion because it originates in our desire to be loved. He suggests that we would not feel shame if we did not simply want to be loved. Self-compassion is the antidote to shame. Self-compassion is also the opposite of shame. When we offer compassion to ourselves, we extend kindness to ourselves instead of criticism, and we acknowledge our common humanity rather than feeling isolated. We can do this formally, such as in Reverend Kim's loving kindness sessions on Mondays. Or Germer suggests we can start each day reminding ourselves, perhaps with a hand over our hearts, that just as all beings wish to be loved, so also do I wish to be loved. I invite you to practice this with me, with a hand over your heart if that's comfortable for you. Just as all beings wish to be loved, so also do I wish to be loved. What might our days look like if we started out remembering that we all just want to be loved? What would our days be like if we could see this wish to be loved in everyone we meet? Perhaps some of our own behaviors and the behaviors of others would make more sense if looked at as originating with the desire to be loved. These days, it's easy to feel helpless in the midst of COVID and the multiple types of suffering in our world. Our options to create change are different now. But what if we aren't helpless at all? What if our inner goodness, our true nature, is an immense, underutilized resource, ready and waiting just to be uncovered and shared? What if we decided that this would be the year we trust our inner goodness and really share our light and love? We all know what it feels like in our bodies and in our hearts to enjoy small moments of unexpected connection. A smile, a warm welcome, a kind gesture, an unexpected conversation. What might our experience be like if we each offered and received more of these healing moments? I know this sounds very simplistic, but try it. You might be surprised by the difference you will make. Of course, it isn't always as easy as it sounds. Our thoughts can create difference and distance, especially those thoughts that some Buddhist teachers call the trance of unworthiness, the beliefs we may have about ourselves as being deficient in some way. But what if Tibetan teacher Tsoknyi Rinpoche is right when he shares this liberating message? He says, real but not true. Our thoughts and feelings are real, but what if they are not true and are just distortions due to the often fear-based conditioning of our families and culture? Maybe those old voices, distortions, and cultural messages that we have accumulated are just not true. When these thoughts arise and get in the way of a potential connection, we can respond to ourselves, real but not true. What if underneath all these old, inaccurate messages that we have internalized, there is gold, our own unlimited love? Lama Surya Das, who has visited with us, says, why do people hoard their love? Do they think they will run out of it? The Persian lyric poet Hafiz, in this translation by Daniel Ladinsky, put it this way: admit something. Everyone you see, you say to them, love me. Of course, you don't do this out loud, otherwise someone would call the cops. Still, though, think about this great pull in us to connect. Why not become the one who lives with that sweet moon language, what every other eye in the world is dying to hear? What if, as Chris Germer says, we all just want to be loved? We are all just dying to see that sweet moon language. As a chaplain, I spend a lot of time with dying patients. I am often the last new person in a patient's life. It's an honor and a privilege to accompany people at these times. And being the last new person is a responsibility I take seriously. One day I was asked to sit with someone who was actively dying and who was described as non-responsive and agitated. Fortunately, I've learned to make my own assessments, and I don't define responsiveness just in terms of the ability to speak. There was music in the background, and he was moving his arms in a way that made me wonder if perhaps he had been a musician. I extended a hand and he grasped it firmly. As I introduced myself, I gazed into his eyes, hoping I was offering some comfort and maybe even love. As I sat and stroked his hand, I noticed his breathing becoming more relaxed, and then realized that he was very gently stroking my hand. He never spoke, but we clearly communicated. I tell this story to highlight our desire for connection, including my own hope in that moment that I was connecting with him, and to remind us of the sacredness of each moment of human connection. Impending death cuts through our protective personas, the stories we've told ourselves, and our trivial pursuits in life. But we don't have to wait till time is short to find clarity about what really matters and to give our love more freely, and to open ourselves to receive more love. Marge Piercy put it this way: live a life you can endure. Make love that is loving. Live as if you like yourself, and it may happen. Reach out, keep reaching out, keep bringing in. We might also remember as a mantra of sorts as we go forward the words Reverend Joe so beautifully sang for us earlier. I'm changing this just slightly. We are light. We are light. We are not the things our families said. We are not the voices in our head. We are not pieces of brokenness inside. We are light. We are light. We are not the mistakes we've made or any of the things that caused us pain. We are not the pieces of the dreams we left behind. We are light. We are divinity defined. We are the God inside. We are a star. We are light. As we move forward, may we increasingly share our inner goodness, the precious gold of our inner love and light. And may we be blessed with the light and love inside each being we meet. And believe that we can change our troubled but beautiful world, one encounter at a time. Amen.
But lie in my arms while you're sleeping, and think of the rivers you've crossed. I'll tell you the dreams I've been keeping for moments like this, when your hope is lost. Hear my song. It'll help you believe in tomorrow. Hear my song. It'll show you the way you can shine. Hear my song. It was made for the times when you don't know where to go. Listen to the song that I sing. You'll be fine. Child, I know you're frightened and your throat's parched and dry, but just trust in Mama's singing and the gift tomorrow's bringing. Trust it, don't ask why. But lie in my arms and I'll tell you trust me, we'll be fine.
Friends, our generosity continues to be astounding. Thank you for your commitment to our staff, our building, and our beloved spiritual community. Many of you know the work of Amanda Gorman, who read her poem, "The Hill We Climb," at the inauguration of President Joe Biden. Amanda has just come out with a new book of poems called "Call Us What We Carry." I'm more attuned to this kind of news than I was before the pandemic drove us onto Zoom together, and I joined Poems to Go On, our weekly gatherings on Monday at 4 to share poetry. We read and listen, and in the process of sharing, get to know one another in extraordinary new ways. Even if you think you don't like poetry, I can guarantee that you'll like us. You are always welcome. This is Amanda Gorman's poem, "The Miracle of Morning," written in the early days of the pandemic. I thought I'd awaken to a world in mourning, heavy clouds crowding, a society storming. But there's something different on this golden morning, something magical in the sunlight, wide and warming. I see a dad with a stroller taking a jog. Across the street, a bright-eyed girl chases her dog. A grandma on a porch fingers her rosaries. She grins as her young neighbor brings her groceries. While we might feel small, separate, and all alone, our people have never been more closely tethered. The question isn't if we will weather this unknown, but how we will weather this unknown together. So on this meaningful morn, we mourn and we mend. Like light, we can't be broken, even when we bend. As one, we will defeat both despair and disease. We stand with healthcare heroes and all employees, with families, libraries, schools, waiters, artists, businesses, restaurants, and hospitals hit hardest. We ignite not in the light, but in lack thereof. For it is in loss that we truly learn to love. In this chaos, we will discover clarity. In suffering, we must find solidarity. For it's our grief that gives us our gratitude, shows us how to find hope if we ever lose it. So ensure that this ache wasn't endured in vain. Do not ignore the pain. Give it purpose. Use it. Read children's books. Dance alone to DJ music. Know that this distance will make our hearts grow fonder. From a wave of woes, our world will emerge stronger. We'll observe how the burdens braved by humankind are also the moments that make us humans kind. Let every dawn find us courageous, brought closer, heeding the light before the fight is over. When this ends, we'll smile sweetly, finally seeing in testing times we became the best of beings. Friends, Arlington Street is entirely self-sustaining. Please take a moment now to join me in giving to our beloved spiritual community and filling our virtual collection plate. You can text the word GIVE, G-I-V-E, to 617-300-0509, scan the QR code in the order of service, visit our homepage at ascboston.org and click on the yellow Donate Now button, or write a check and mail it to the church. Thank you for your generosity. There are weekly gatherings in the Zoom room for loving kindness, meditation, poetry, a tea party, yoga, and writing. In addition, this Tuesday evening, Queen Cheryl and Sharon Gentius will be hosting Buddha's Belly Book Group and the Arlington Street Meditation Center. On 11 o'clock on Friday, December 31st, please meet Elf Hefe, also known as Kevin Terrell, Michael Fisher, and me here at Arlington Street to take out the greens. It will take about an hour to undecorate our beautiful sanctuary. If you can help, please come to the Boylston Street door at 11 o'clock. All of the information about these gatherings is at ascboston.org. To attend any of them, you don't have to be a member, and you don't have to turn on your video or talk if you don't want to. All are always welcome. Each Sunday, we share our collection plate with a partner in our mission of love, service, justice, and peace. This month, our gifts are being shared with 7 Afghan refugee families who are temporarily housed in Pakistan. The adults worked with Americans and so were compelled to flee when Afghanistan fell to the Taliban. After so much terror, let's make their lives a little easier. Please text the amount you want to give and the word SHARE, S-H-A-R-E, to 617-300-0509. Detailed instructions are in the chat. Thank you for your generosity. Following the service, everyone is welcome to join in virtual coffee hour. If you'd like to participate, please answer yes to an invitation that will appear on your screen, inviting you to join a breakout room conversation. If you are here from out of state, breakout room number 1 is for you. Just chat Arlington Street Church to let Art Nava know that you'd like to join breakout room number 1, the Come From Away breakout room. Thank you to all of you who joined in today's service and to all of those who made it possible.
Our closing hymn today, fittingly, is This Little Light of Mine. It's another African-American spiritual. Hope you will join me in singing.
Before our benediction, I invite you to reach out your hands and touch the side of your square. Touch hands with people to your left and your right, and send out love to the person on either side of you and to the people on either side of them. Send out your love and light to this beloved spiritual community and feel it coming back to you. Love is the spirit of this congregation. And now for our benediction, I invite you to put your hands over your heart in Namaste. I bow to the divine in you. May the light around us guide our footsteps and hold us fast to the best and most righteous we seek. May the darkness around us nurture our dreams and give us rest so that we may give ourselves to the work of the world. Let us seek to remember the wholeness of our lives, the weaving of light and shadow in this great and astonishing dance in which we move. The service begins when the service ends. A happy and healthy new year to one and all. Amen.
Please visit ascboston.org for more information about this historic Unitarian Universalist congregation. Arlington Street Church, gathered in love and service for justice and peace.